Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back to ROBOTBOY, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at things that I thought were going to come in No Man's Sky next that didn't actually arrive in the update, but are things that could still come in the future. I was thinking about doing this a while ago, sort of almost after next release, but I didn't want to come off as ungrateful or greedy or anything for, suggesting even more things for Hello Games to get working on and making so soon after release. I didn't want to come off like that. And I was very happy with the update, and I didn't want to immediately be piling on pressure to be like, what about this thing? What about that thing? No Man's Sky Next is amazing. But now's a point where I thought I'd make a short list of features and changes that I thought would come to Next that didn't actually make it into the update, but are features that I hope are feasible enough to maybe change in the near future, or at least in a later major update. So firstly, one thing that was missing that I thought would be added would be more exocraft, specifically underwater exocraft. This was by far one of the most talked about and speculated big features that didn't make it into No Man's Sky Next. Now, a main reason that I think submarines were not added, or might actually not ever be added, is due to the fact that there aren't really enough deep volumes of water in No Man's Sky. I know with Next that the chance of finding whole oceans has improved vastly, but the actual depth of them is nothing crazy still, nothing that you actually need a submarine for. We can still use the Nomad to traverse water, and I think Hello Games want us to explore underwater in our exosuits with the oxygen reserves that we have, so as to not make it too easy to explore and mine underwater. Imagine if we just had submarines and you land on an ocean planet, you're pretty much sorted to survive underwater for the entire time. You don't have to worry about anything. We don't actually know why they haven't added underwater exocraft for sure. This is just speculation, and I honestly couldn't predict whether or not they will add them in the future. It's such an obscure thing. Will they, won't they? It's so hard to predict. It could have been a timing thing, not allowing them to develop functioning exocraft for No Man's Sky. That's why they weren't in the update. We just don't know. We might see a brand new set of exocraft released in the future, including maybe a two-wheeled ground exocraft too, like a sort of hoverbike type thing. But as I say, for now, we'll just have to wait and see. Number 2 is ship customization. Now, I made a video on this the other week, going into greater detail on this topic. So if you do want to hear my full thoughts on this topic, then please do head over and check that video out instead. But I still wanted to highlight this in this video here and say that ship customization was definitely a heavily requested feature for No Man's Sky for a very long time. Especially once we found out that character customization would be coming to No Man's Sky Next, it seemed very, very, very likely that we were going to get it in No Man's Sky Next as well. Will we see ship customization in the future? I do hope so, and I would say it's probably up there in the more likely of things to come. The real question is just when. Number 3, something that was a bit more of a fantasy concept than something that was ever hinted at or alluded to by Hello Games or in the game, is the ability to tame creatures. A lot of people in the community shared thoughts and concepts as to how we might be able to eventually tame, keep, own and transport creatures from planets to other planets. Variations of this idea included being able to transport individual creatures between planets and systems, essentially allowing you to bring creatures from other planets to your home planet, where you might be able to keep them and look after them at your base. Another one was the idea that if you found a creature you really liked, you could actually have it as your pet, and as long as you kept feeding it like you can currently do in the game, it would follow you infinitely and you could take it on your ship with you, that sort of thing. It was all a bit elaborate in theory, but the actual ideas are not too crazy when looking at No Man's Sky Next and how interactive the universe has actually now become. And number 4 is the flashlight. A relatively small thing to change, but something that for me personally is something I feel was a massive missed opportunity with Next. The flashlight in No Man's Sky is just terrible. There's no two ways about it. It's been exactly the same since day one pretty much. A faint yellow glow that illuminates about 2 feet in front of you, and that's it. The color and the light reach combo make for an almost useless, or at least very unappealing feature. I don't ever use the flashlight, or not as much as I would like to. I only do it if I'm ever actually forced to. If it's dead of night, it's pitch black and I just actually can't see what's right in front of me, then I'll turn it on. Due to how ineffective it is, I just find no reason to use it. I'd love to be able to be in a situation, for example, where I'm lost in the woods at night and I need to cast out a long beam of bright light ahead of me to really highlight the path ahead. sort of creatures moving in and about the forest, and you sort of see them just in a tiny cone of your flashlight. Honestly, I think my phone's torch is brighter than the exosuit's torch. There are many mods on the PC that do address this issue and fix it, so I hope that Hello Games can find a way to improve this in the base game as well. So that's it everyone, please do leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. What were you thinking would be in No Man's Sky next that actually wasn't in the update? What are you looking forward to most being added into the game in the future? As always, please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and do subscribe to join me on this journey if you haven't done so already. And if you're feeling super generous, please do head over to my Patreon to help support the channel, and the link to that is in the description below. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video.